What's up, guys? It's Mark Sanchez on assignment, on location, the Pacific Northwest in Eugene, Oregon. I'm here. I'm excited to interview Justin Herbert, their stud quarterback, about to light the NFL on fire. Oh, a little two-show look. Okay, good.
3 for 3 on this side, so they're going to go 4 down.
What's this move here? White chocolate?
That's a very slow juke move.
Thanks so much for taking the time, man. In the beautiful Pacific Northwest, couldn't have dialed up a better day. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thanks for having me.
So talk to me. I mean, you're as Oregon Duck as they come. It runs in your veins. 3rd generation Duck. Your grandpa was a stud receiver here. You go here. Your little brother, your dad.
Correct.
What was growing up a Duck fan from right down the street? I mean, how far from this facility do you live?
It's you can see there's a Slocum Orthopedic Center, and it's about.
That's you. Right there.
It's a little bit farther.
I see your parents. No, that's your dad right there. Hey.
Right there. Wave to him. No, it's really close. So we'd actually walk to all the games.
Oh, wow. And were you wearing an Achilles Smith jersey? Who were you wearing?
Joey Harrington.
Joey Harrington.
Big Joey Harrington fan. Darren Thomas, Marcus Mariota.
Nice.
Jeremiah Masoli. A lot of those guys.
They got to be excited for you.
I hope so.
Of course they are.
It's been fun, and to grow up in Eugene, it's been really cool. So I've been a Duck fan.
Then give me your first memory in Autzen, and then your first memory of running out of the tunnel.
I only remember names. I only remember Joey Harrington, Terrence Whitehead, Kellen Clemens.
Kellen,
these
yeah,
guys
I played with Kellen.
That I got to watch when I was maybe 4, 5, 6. And then my first memory, actually, I was a captain for the first game, so I didn't get to run out. I had to walk out, so it's kind of weird for me. But
talk about your all-time backfires, dude.
Yeah, I was a captain. I was a freshman.
No, that's great. Freshman starting.
And I wasn't starting then, but they made me a captain somehow. So I walked down on the field, and I was like, this is pretty cool. And
but you got to play pretty early.
Yeah.
So what do you think? I mean, everything comes to fruition. You're an Oregon Duck. You get this late offer, right?
Yeah.
Because did you do the Elite 11 in high school?
I did not. So I broke my femur my junior year of high school, and so I missed. I only got to start 1 year in high school. So I played basketball and baseball as well. So didn't really get to focus on football a whole lot.
But you love football.
Loved football.
What about baseball? I heard you could pitch a little bit.
There was a time where I could sling it, but I'm a football player now.
All right. What about your brothers? Pretty good athletes. One of them is a tight end here, right?
Yeah. So they're both really good athletes. Both of them all played 3 sports as well, and I think the younger brother's actually probably going to be the best athlete.
Really?
My older brother and I, we kind of picked on him, and so he kind of got the butt of all our.
He's going to run a better time than you at the combine?
He should. I sure hope he does.
What'd you run? 4.6?
4.68.
4.68?
Yeah. That was my best time. 6'6" on a good day.
Weighing in at?
236.
Wow. That's big.
I appreciate that.
Nobody at 6'6" runs that fast, man. 3 touchdowns in the rope, but come on, man. That's awesome. You can get excited about that.
Yeah, no, it was cool.
All right, who wins in a fight, you or your brothers?
So it's like
just a straight up one-on-one. Your oldest brother gets the bye because he's the first one. They're going to watch this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to win.
Okay, what about in a one-on-one pickup game?
Which sport?
Basketball.
Yeah. I win that too.
Wow. So you're the athlete. Don't tell your little brother.
I think skill-wise, but I think athletic ability, Patrick's probably the best.
Okay.
He's the biggest and probably going to be the most gifted.
Who got the best SAT score?
My older brother, Mitchell.
Really?
Yeah.
And he's the young. You said your little brother?
So Patrick's the younger one, and then Mitchell's
the older one.
Yeah.
So he's going to go be a doctor somewhere.
Correct.
And what's this about you potentially being a doctor?
I think that was kind of a misconception about him. I think he's always wanted to be the doctor, and so I think people kind of just assumed that I did too.
Ah, okay.
Because I followed in with the same major as he did. But,
and you majored in?
Biology.
Whoa. How's that?
It was fun. It was something that I was interested in, and so when I went to college, I wanted to be studying something I was interested in. I didn't want to have to force myself to go to class. So that's just something that I've always enjoyed learning about.
And where did that come from?
My grandparents. So my grandparents and my dad were actually biology teachers.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Teachers here in the city of Eugene, and so they've kind of always had that classroom type feel to it. So
okay, I like that. What about take me to your freshman year at Oregon. You play as a true freshman, then in 3 years, or your 4 years here rather, you have 3 different coaches. Mm-hmm. Okay, give me the 3 coaches.
Yeah, so we had Coach Helfrich the first year, Coach Taggart the next year, and then Coach Cristobal.
Right, for the last 2.
Correct.
Okay, talk to me about the turnover in offensive terminology. Was it all the same? Was it similar?
For the most part, it was pretty similar. I think the first and third offense with Coach Helfrich and Coach Cristobal, they were more similar. The year with Coach Taggart was kind of this Gulf Coast offense where it was a lot of quarterbacks run, a lot of turbos, a lot of one-word calls for an entire play.
For everything? Okay.
And so
that's different.
Yeah, so the first and third were more formation, protection, tags and things like that. So
which is what you're going to see at this next level. So when you interview with these teams, that's kind of the stuff they're getting at, right? Different
they're asking
formations.
about what you go through and how I've adjusted to these three offenses.
Okay, good. We're going to get you on the board to do a little bit of that.
Perfect.
You have this injury your sophomore year. What happened?
I broke my clavicle diving in for a touchdown against Cal. Had to learn to kind of not take hits like that, and
no doubt
had to be smarter. So I learned from it. It sucked. Injuries suck, and just being out and not being able to play, it's tough. But you kind of just have to do your rehab, get better, and get back out there.
And then what's this biology thing coming back? You take this teacher's aide position. Is this a true story?
Yeah, it was.
Or is this folklore?
I was a TA for a little bit.
So you're this teacher's assistant for one of the toughest classes in biology?
It was a tough one.
Well, think of somebody like me, not somebody smart like you.
It was a tough class.
All right. And you're just tutoring kids? Mm-hmm. Why did you do that?
I thought it was a great opportunity to learn the material better, and I've always kind of wanted to be a TA, and I thought it was cool, and had my own office hours and had my own little office. And
so you bring in students and quiz them and teach them? And
I think that was a time where I don't think a whole lot of people knew that I played football as well. So people came in and
it was
actually
before
Justin Herbert.
Yeah,
so I actually talked a lot about biology and not a whole lot about football.
Did you wear like glasses, like a Clark Kent thing, and then go out to the football field and turn into this other?
No glasses. I just
no Superman stuff? Okay.
Just sweats and sweatshirt.
All right, what was the name of the class?
Organisms. So it was just biology 212, and it was just organisms.
And give me one.
So it was kind of
phages. Were phages one of them?
Yeah. So that's we talked about that a little bit, but it was more so like
high school biology, baby. Give me some.
There you go. It was like transpiration and cellular respiration. So just talking about
so easy stuff. Yeah. How cells do cellular stuff, and cellular data and wireless.
Like you got a good feel of it.
Okay, good. Different schooling. Okay, so then you rehab your shoulder, your clavicle. Mm-hmm. You're a whiz in biology. You're helping other kids, and this is before you have this breakout season. So that year after your junior year, you've been here now 3 years. It was Cristobal's first year. Dude, it's Kyler Murray, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Herbert. That's what people were talking about last year at this time. Why come back? I mean, you might have been the #1 pick overall then. You might have been Joe Burrow now. Why come back?
There was a lot of reasons to come back, and I think one of the biggest ones was I wanted to finish this off with the guys that we came in with. We kind of said we went 4-8 my freshman year, and that was a really tough year. We got booed by our own fans, and that's not something I ever hope that anyone else has to go through. And the guys
get ready. You're going to the NFL. You're gonna get booed, but go ahead. Yeah. Okay, keep going.
The guys that stuck around here, we battled through a lot. We went through a lot. We went through 3 head coaches, and didn't feel right leaving them. And I wanted a chance to go play in the Rose Bowl and to win a Pac-12 championship. That's something that we set out to do, and wanted to finish schooling. And I don't want to give my younger brother enough credit, but he was going to be on the team, and that would have been fun. And, I mean, being a Duck is something I've always wanted to do, and just felt right staying here for another year.
I love that answer, man. That's awesome. That's a selfless answer. I think it speaks a lot about your character. I had a feeling that's what you would say. That tells me a lot about you. What about this academic award you win your senior year? You don't talk much about yourself. You talk about the guys, and I like that. But tell me about this individual accolade you won.
It was a huge honor. It was a wonderful event that my family and I got to go to. And
the William V. Campbell Trophy, basically the academic Heisman. Can we say that?
Correct.
Okay.
And so
you can say it, man. This mic's on, you know?
It was a good a sign of all the hard work that I put in. And my parents have instilled good values into my brothers and I. And my older brother pushed me he's always been the smart guy, so I've had to live up to him. And I've done my best to kind of follow in his footsteps. And we've had a great support system here at the University of Oregon. We've got a Jake Center that tutoring, anything you need, they've got it, books. And I just feel like it's kind of a sign of all the hard work that everyone's put together, and glad that everyone got the recognition they deserved.
I love that. Okay, so then you come back, you cement your legacy as an Oregon Duck. You're in the Rose Bowl, win the Pac-12 championship. Now it's you, it's Mariota, you're in that same category as Joey, Kellen, all the greats that have come through here in all the records, whether it's completions, touchdowns. I mean, you're right there. You're top 5, top 6. How does that feel?
It's a huge honor. I feel like it's still not real. I mean, those are guys that I grew up watching. And
right, your idols, your heroes.
I had their jerseys and everything. I'd go to their game, and I remember trying to go down on the field, see them. But it's so surreal, and to be here and to go play in that game, and it doesn't get any better than that. And that's exactly what I wanted to accomplish when I came back.
That is pretty cool. We're going to talk a little bit about this next process, this draft process, this combine. What was the weirdest interview question you got? I know, dude, I remember being in that seat. One team lined up like bowling pins. There were 12 people, and the first person was a psychologist. Then there were 2 people behind her were coaches, and then, trainers, and it would just, get bigger and bigger as it went, like this, like bowling pins, right? And people would ask questions and kind of like stick their head out. And then the psychologist would like sit this close to me and you and then just write down. She didn't say anything. She just wrote things down. And I was like, this is the strangest meeting I've ever been in my life. Anything like that? Anything?
Nothing quite like that.
Did they try and throw you off with anything?
I got asked who I'd rather punch in the face, the head coach, quarterback coach, or the offensive coordinator.
Ooh.
And I said, I have to give you an answer? And he said, yeah, you have to give me an answer.
Do you wear boxing gloves or just bare knuckle?
Just a bare knuckle.
Wow.
So I gave my answer.
Do they know? Do they close your...
No, I made sure everyone knew who I picked.
And who'd you pick?
The quarterback coach.
Okay. Give me another one. What else? Any weird...
In terms of like weirdness, I think that was the weirdest one.
That is a tough one.
But I didn't get anything like you did.
That was strange, right?
I mean, I've heard stories about like what some people have been asked. I heard that like there's 2 chairs sometimes, and like the coach just waits to see which chair you pick.
Yeah. Everything. This whole process, right, is for people watching. Did you feel like a lab rat at all in any way?
Oh,
I mean, they put you on stage in just your like tights, right?
In front of all the coaches. And it's weird. It's nothing.
It's weird, right?
I've ever been through before.
It's uncomfortable, and I think that's the point. They try and.
Yeah.
I remember they made me get up on the day I was throwing at like 5 a.m. to do a drug test. I was like, what?
Jeez.
What's that for? So they're lightening up on you guys.
Yeah.
Making it easy on you.
We had a lot of time off in the middle of the day too, if you got through medical stuff. But
yeah. So, and they were just poking and prodding it, you name it, right?
Yeah. At one time I had both legs up and they were both pulling on both legs, and I had one arm over here, and
I like it.
Not used to that at the doctor's office.
Liar. Okay, what about the decision to throw at the combine? Because I made the same decision. I remember Stafford did not throw that year. He was, the Joe Burrow of that class kind of thing. And take me through that. What was the conversation like with either Dave Dunn or Justin Schulman? And how'd you feel about it?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I think there was never really a decision. I think it's just something that I always planned on doing. And kind of like the Senior Bowl, there was never really a question. That was just something I was going to do.
This is what I'm going to do.
Just go compete and have fun. And I think this entire process is about giving a good look of who you are and being honest with people. And I don't want to hide anything. If I'm not really as good as I think I am, then there's no need to hide it. And I need to go be honest. I need to go throw the ball around and have fun. And, I didn't throw as every ball that I would have liked. And there's some that I want back. But
which one?
I'll shoot a lot of them. I think there's a hitch to the left that I skipped on the ground. There's some outs that I left behind the receiver. And I think the deep balls were good, though. And there was some good stuff out of it. And I learned a lot and went there and had fun. And I'm glad I threw.
Because from the media side, just so you know, he threw the crap out of the ball.
Well, thank you.
Everybody was impressed.
They picked the right ones.
I love the attitude, and that's what I think. People try and find a chink in your armor right now. That's the whole goal, right? Just what's wrong with him? He's this everything guy. What's wrong with him? Tell me why he can't do what we want him to do. And I feel like after people sit down with you and understand who you are, you're a very selfless guy, team-oriented guy. You're a perfectionist. You know who was like that is Steve Young. He'd go out and throw for 300 yards. They'd win by 25 and be like, God dang it. In the second quarter, it was 2nd and 2. And I missed the slant behind the receiver. I mean, and that just like it eats at him. I feel like you got a little bit of that.
If I could be half the man Steve Young is, that'd be great.
Of course,
that's the goal.
That's you being humble again. But I mean like that perfectionism, that drive, that, things that Kobe talks about, things that the greats talk about that bothers you. Why is it like that? Where'd that come from?
I think it's just always been high expectations. It's always been my parents and my brothers pushing each other. And we've had so many battles in the front yard that I kind of spent my childhood trying to beat my older brother.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to be the best, and I know that he did too. And we made each other better. And I think it's just kind of always been like that, regardless of the sport we've been playing.
I love that. So that's what people talk about wanting to see from you, those qualities. They want to see them come out because you're pretty level guy. If anything, the criticism on the outside is like, he's a little nonchalant for me. He doesn't show enough fire. He's not, I want to see some juice. I want to throw his helmet, get mad, rip one of the players. What do you say to stuff like that?
I think it's better to avoid the two highs, the highs and the lows and the lows.
Yeah.
And I think a quarterback has to be he's got to be the guy that has got to lead the team regardless of what's going on. I mean, adversity's going to hit, and you have to be able to handle that. And
I love that.
If you're too high at some point and too low at other, you can't handle that.
It's a neutral mentality. I like
that. I think that's what I do best.
I love that. And that there's different ways to lead.
Yeah.
And it seems like you're that, if something needs to be said, you're going to step up and say it, right? I mean, you're stepping into a locker room now It's different. These guys are your peers, but I mean, this is going to be a 32-year-old man,
Yeah.
and you're a 22-year-old rookie, and he drops the game-winning ball, and you got to get in there at practice next week and motivate that guy. Or, you know, this offensive lineman jumps off sides on a 3rd and 5, and that's a turning point in the game. And shoot, you know, we were in field goal range, now we're out, now you got to bail them out. I mean, how do you envision your leadership style, handling situations like that? Because that's what everybody wants to know. They want to take this 10-minute interaction and project that over a 10-year period and say, is this guy our franchise guy? What do you say to those kind of situations? How are you going to assert yourself as a leader?
You have to be genuine. You have to be yourself. You have to be real.
Authentic.
And you don't want people to see you as someone you're not. You don't want to step out of your skin and have people think you're fake and things like that. And what needs to be said needs to be said. And at the end of the day, it's about winning. It's not about feelings, and it's never personal.
I love that.
But you have to be straightforward with people, and when something needs to be said, it needs to be said. And I think people respond to advice and criticism in different ways, and you have to kind of find that out. You got to be a good people person. You have to find your way
You're
to
almost
to
a
reach
psychologist in the huddle, man.
Yeah,
There's certain
exactly.
guys you can jump on, you can rip a guy to shreds, certain guys.
And
Other
he loves
guys,
it. Other guys
they'll
don't.
fold up like
Yeah.
a cheap suit, man.
So that's kind of what I've had to figure out here is you get guys from all walks of life, and you have to find out, how does this guy respond to that? How do I get this guy to run that route? How do I mention this? And it's a process, but it's what the quarterback has to do.
I love that. And you got to invest your time in those guys, man. Really invest your time. And it seems like you care about it. I love that. I'm going to get you on the film. I want to show a couple plays from the Rose Bowl, and I want to do one quick whiteboard exercise with you, kind of like combine style, to let people see what goes on. Is that cool?
Let's go do it.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so we're going over some Rose Bowl film. Take me into this situation. You're down 27-21 to Wisconsin, right? Fourth quarter, you're in field goal range, right? You're down 6, or right on the fringe of field goal range, and you got a crucial 3rd and 2. You guys call a little sprint out?
What we can do here is we can't take a sack. We can't knock
You knew where I was going?
We can't knock ourselves out of this field position, and what we're hoping with this play, when we called it, is we're looking for man coverage, and it's a pick route.
Right.
So it's a quick sprint out. It's supposed to be a quick pass, and
Yeah.
so what ends up happening is here they drop in zone, and
You
my
brought the
first
corner
read's
on your
covered.
backside, yeah.
First read's covered, so I go to the second guy, and I go back down low, and ticker starts going off in my head, so I know I have to get out of there. And what I should have done here is I should have thrown it away, end up trying to make something happen, I get sacked.
Yeah.
So I put the defense in a really tough position here.
And you string this thing out, right? This is a quick hitter, boom, 1 to 2, and then what do they teach this guy? Do they teach this guy to work the sideline a little bit at the end of the play?
It's a low, high, low read, so we're starting low, going high, coming back
1,
low.
2, back to 1, yep. And so right here, take me back in time. What do you change?
Should have thrown it away here.
Just ditch it, right?
The game before, when we played Utah, I actually got away with this, and I ended up taking it up the
See?
field for...
Sometimes it's the fadeaway three-pointer that you make that's worse.
And so what I
missing it,
actually
right?
ended up doing against Utah is I actually took it off the tackle's butt and ended up running for about 15, 17 yards. And so I
you
thought,
got away with it.
I
love it. But you learn.
here.
You go into this situation.
Of course.
I mean, everybody makes these plays.
Defense comes up with a big stop here. We get the ball
Huge
back.
stop, right?
Yeah.
Right after this. And so I'm just ditching this ball in the 3rd row, not compromising our situation. We kick a field goal. Because you know what happens on a 3rd down when you don't convert and it's an incomplete pass? They know you're either kicking a field goal or punting the ball or something. People go up in the stands, they go up and get a hot dog, and they go get a soda, and they go hang out for a minute, and then they come back down. But when you take a sack, what happens? Place goes bananas.
Yeah.
Everybody's freaking out. Everybody's high-fiving, spilling their beer on your parents by accident. You know what I mean?
So, what we could have done here is, even if it's incompleted, it's 4th and short. We can go for it again.
You save your coordinator the opportunity to go for it, right? So you know, in this situation, again, you're ready. You're ready for that.
Next time I'm throwing it.
I love that. I love that. That's being critical of yourself is very important, especially at this next level. You got to be able to do that. Okay, so then defense comes up with a huge play, gets you the ball back. 1st and 10. So we talked about the last play. You take a sack, boom, you're out of field goal range. Now you got to punt. But we also talk about having a short memory, right? Almost amnesia of sorts at this position, especially at the next level. You make a bad play, you got to turn the page. You make a great play, you got to turn the page. What did you do to get back in the right mindset to rip off a run like this?
You got to forget it. You got to forget that mistake you made. I put the defense in a tough position, but they came through, and knowing that we're back out on the field, and I feel completely comfortable with the guys we have out there, what we're doing, the system that we're running. Just go out there, execute, and gave a great play.
And this is a run. This is a read option, correct?
Correct.
You can give this thing. Looks like they brought a little pressure, huh?
Correct.
Looks like they're bringing the safety there, number 2. You get your pull key, right? And what is this all about? What's this move here? White chocolate? What is this?
That's a very slow juke move.
Well, it's fast enough. What's up with this? Hash number sideline? You know it, dude. You know how to run. What are you thinking right here?
I'm thinking I'm scoring.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Yeah.
Is this, you think you're scoring?
I think so right there. And then.
And what about the block right here?
It's awesome.
How about the scoring
Those guys
block?
running down, and that was great.
This is impressive, man. Very next play, are you kidding me? Your very next possession?
That's how quick
That's awesome. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. This thing's a marathon, not a sprint, and don't get too low. Just like you said, don't get too high, don't get too low. What's up with this at the end of the play, though?
I thought I was safe. I thought I was in the clear. And
took your foot off the gas, bro. Watch this. Head on a swivel, dude.
All of a sudden, it comes from nowhere.
Let's see this juke move again in slow motion. Ah. Ooh. You got him. Little stiff arm to the ground. Here comes the scoring block. Look at these guys. How did this corner not catch you?
I was running pretty fast at the time.
Who are you looking at up here? You see your parents in the crowd or something?
No, I'm just yelling.
Right
there's a photo and I'm yelling. Yeah.
What are you saying?
I have no.
Screaming about something?
Yeah. Probably just a loud yes.
Okay. So then it's still going back and forth. You got the lead by a point. Here's a critical second down throw into traffic. It looks like you got a little shallow cross with a basic. Is that right?
It's supposed to be an option route, so he's going to run in there and find a zone to sit down or
okay.
move. That's
expecting
kind of
him to sit a little bit. Sit up a little bit more.
No, but I felt comfortable throwing this guy, and he makes some special things happen. So
I like that. Like your eyes, strong in the pocket. This is great. Let's see from the back here. See where your eyes go. What are you telling these guys right here?
So just protection-wise, I think they were setting to the left here, and I wanted them to go right to this 57 right here, so we can
to the
get
field
that blocked up.
Okay. Very good. What kind of call did you make for that?
So it's just a burn call. So our protection was burn and blaze.
Yeah.
And so blaze is working to the left, burn's working to the right.
Nice. Very good. Just sit. Give me your hands, baby. Sit. But that's a great job bodying him up. Let him go fight for the first down. Very good. Then, where's the other one that seals it?
The very next one.
There's a run. Boom. Now, you guys basically need, right? You need a first down.
First down to win it.
First down to win it. Here we go. Here's the 3rd and 3. They got no timeouts, just over a minute. 1 first down wins the game. This is it. This is everything. This is growing up a mile away from campus. This is
one play.
This is everything you've ever dreamed of. And on this 3rd down, what's this cornerback doing off the ball?
And
like that?
well, this.
What are they doing?
This isn't supposed to happen.
Is this supposed to be a run?
No. So what this is I'm going to clap, and we're not supposed to snap it unless they jump off sides. And he doesn't jump. There's no flag, so
Doesn't
it's
completely
not
jump.
a free play.
Oh, okay.
And so we only snap it if it's a free play, and I'm going to take a shot downfield.
Boom. So clap. As soon as they cross the plane, snap me the ball, and everybody
They'll
takes
throw
off.
a flag, free play.
Like it.
But no one jumped. No flag was thrown. And so
They
I
were
got
awfully
the ball.
close.
I got the ball, and I had to do something. I could either go down, I could take a knee.
Right.
Because I wouldn't want to burn it. We'd waste the.
Right, you don't want to.
We'd waste the play.
Whatever you do, don't throw the ball away.
And so
the
I had
clock
to do
runs.
something. And I think for a second, I think about maybe taking a knee. You can kind of see me go down a little bit. But then Juwan Johnson's standing right there. The corner's off.
And they're bringing the farm, it looks like.
And
look at this. They're coming after it.
And I just throw it to him, and he makes one guy miss.
It looked
he
like
was
your
gonna score.
juke move. Is this?
His is a little
did you
quicker.
teach him that?
No, his is
I
a little
don't know.
quicker, but
He's a stud receiver, huh?
yeah, he's really
You
good.
like him?
He's a great guy, too.
How about that? Now let's see what you got. Look at who's
Panay.
that giving the first down?
Panay.
What are you saying to him right here? What's going on right here?
He
we can see
was like, we got to go get lined up. We got to go get lined up. I said, Panay, we just won the Rose Bowl.
It's over, baby. Look at that. He's giving the first down signal. Look at that. What are you thinking right here? Mouthpiece out?
Mouthpiece away. I'm going to go hug him.
Who are you going to go hug first? Coach Cristobal? Or is he going to hug you? Thanks for coming back. I love you.
He got ice dumped on him, so I was going to go hug these guys, Jawan and Shane.
But
Dallas.
great coaching moment. You know, if that guy's covered, you can't burn it because you don't want to stop the clock. So you just fall down, right?
Or throw it to Jawan.
Or throw it to Jawan. No, I'm saying if that guy jumped it.
Oh, yeah.
Just fall down.
Fall down.
Right? Say uncle and let your defense go make a big play again. How about that? Is that cool or what? What a game, man. That's awesome.
Scored.
Is that fun?
Yeah, that was really cool.
Great game, buddy. Okay, take me through. We got a little trips formation here. What do you guys call this?
Trio.
Trio, okay. So let's go back week. And then in red, show me just a nickel 4-2. We'll go like a third down situation, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. Like it. Nose in your shade, nice. Boom, little 2-shell look. Okay, good. Let's go, you know about slide protection. If we're going, let's call it jet, or what'd you call your slide protection? Rip. Okay, if you're going rip, and your O-line is basically 4 down to the weakest outside linebacker, or in this case, a nickel Sam. Show me who they'd be blocking.
Yeah, so what we actually did was we had a short side to a man side. So the short side, we'd draw this big box to the right side. So they're working 3 for 3 on this side. So they're going to go 4 down. The point would be the mic here. So they're going 4 down the mic, big on big here, and these guys are going to work for the 3 guys on this side. So if the mic were to come, they'd pick up the two big guys in the mic. But if the mic were to drop out and they were to bring the nickel Sam, they would sort to that side. We'd still be picked up for there.
I like that. And if you feel like you get some of this rotation here strong, and it looks like it could be like a nickel Sam mic kind of pressure, what'd you call it? Smack, smash, something? Storm, perfect. What would you do then?
So we do the same thing. We just make a Roger call to whatever number of the guy was coming, and then we'd have to adjust the back to that guy.
Be Roger to this guy, and the back would go pick him up.
He would pick up the extra guy. So if the nickel were to come and the safety as well, we'd say Roger to 17, and then I would tell the back, you know what, you got this guy.
I like that. And then give me go erase that defense. Let me see the same thing. Draw the same shell. Just give me an under front, a nickel 4-2 under. Like it. Nose and shade, sweet. Good. Then, okay, now you're going rip still. Okay, you draw your line. Boom, now you're getting, let's bump that will over to like the backside A. Oh, excuse me.
The mic.
Keep it, keep the mic, bump the mic like right over the center. It's kind of a tweener, starting to get in that backside A. Boom, now you're getting the safety starting to creep down. Looks like a little bit of 4-week pressure. What's your answer for stuff like that?
So what we'd do is we'd have to flip protection. I'd have to go up there and I'd say, easy, easy. We're going to go Liz here.
Yeah.
So instead of pointing this guy, we're going to point this guy as the mic. So the linemen are going to take 4 down.
Nice.
And now this guy. And so what we'd have to do here is we'd have to tell the back, you're the adjuster. So this safety were to come, they'd have 4 down the mic now. The running back would have to pick him up.
I love it. And you'd maybe point that guy out, let him know?
Just let him know.
Hey, feel free to get the running backs.
The running backs were pretty smart, so they had things covered.
Very good. Very good. I like that. Okay, give me your favorite 3x1 play.
My favorite play, it was a pure progression. Ran it quite a bit, actually. So it started with this inside seam out by the X. So this was like 18 to 20 yards.
Okay, like a bench kind of route?
Yeah, and so this was a wind seam by the tight end. So
like
you can flatten versus man or take it versus cover 2. So it's a little, we call it a little dodge route by the F.
Okay, F dodge.
And a big squire route, so it's 18 to 20.
Yeah, big in.
And so it was a pure progression. So we started 1, 2, 3A, 3B. So we started here, went all the way through. Pretty simple, and had the protection all managed up. And
what protection would you run out?
So it'd be Rip or Liz. Same thing, source side, man side.
Very good. What about a little, did you run any flank or drive, anything like that? A little drive with this guy, post on the outside?
We actually didn't.
None of that?
Didn't have any of it.
Okay, what about, give me your favorite, just pure cover 3 beater?
I was a big fan of throwing outs.
Yeah, like speed outs? How deep?
10 to 12.
Yeah.
So we had this play, and it was 10 to 12 yard outs, basic, shallow.
Yeah.
So
start outside and then
we're going to throw these until we can't.
Yeah.
So when they press or they cloud, we're moving on. So this is an alert side. So if I had this side, I was going to take it. If I have it, throw it.
Yeah.
But if not, I'm going to start to this side. So this would be my first read. Throw it until you can't. Work to the next guy. So we had issues with him shutting it down because this guy could also shut it down. So we had to tell him, you're on the move no matter what. So he's moving. And then this guy is our third read here. Then we're finishing to the back.
I like that. What'd you guys call that?
Oakland.
Oakland. Outs with the shallow. Okay, you got your oblique stretch on the backers inside.
Exactly.
Work the middle triangle. You'll be seeing plenty of that at the next level. You're going to throw that for your pro day? You're going to throw some speed outs?
A couple of them.
Are you going to throw anything under center?
All of it will be under center, or most of it will be under center.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. What about some play action stuff?
A little bit, yeah. Past 14, past 15, some of that stuff.
Ready to roll, man. You excited?
Really excited.
All right, good. We're excited for you.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for taking your time, dude.
Of course. Thank you.
Well, we just wrapped up with Justin Herbert, and I got to say I am thoroughly impressed with his demeanor, with the way he explained his leadership qualities. He has this endearing characteristic to him and quality to him that it just makes you want to root for him. He's a very selfless guy, all about the team, not a me guy, and I was impressed with that. And then, of course, everything they said, he's such a cerebral mind. He understands the game. We got on the board and how quickly he was able to draw up basic defense, but how quickly it hit his brain and how he can spit out information and articulate what he was thinking. He talks football. He speaks the language. That was impressive. So completely impressed with him and obviously wishing him the best, and we appreciate his time.